Hello, Broken Arrow. This is City Council Rewind. I am Aaron McCulloch with the communications team here at the City of Broken Arrow, and this is Councilor Lisa Ford. Councilor, thanks for joining us on this Wednesday morning.
Thank you for having me on this beautiful fall day in Broken Arrow.
It's finally starting to feel like fall, isn't it? We had
Yes.
summer for so long, and now we're finally starting to see some leaves change on trees, and the weather's starting to cool off a little bit. And then I know we've got an event that's going to be coming up that we're going to talk about here in just a little bit.
Yeah.
But before we do that, let's get to the 49-minute meeting that we had last night. Very short meeting.
Very short meeting.
But some productive things that happened that you all voted on. And let's talk about first 2 construction contracts that the council awarded. What are these?
The first project that we're going to talk about is the Houston Street widening project between County Line Road and Highway 51. And that's going to be 5 lanes. I like how we're kind of re-looking at how we're widening roads, because sometimes we just need to add turn lanes in an intersection and we don't have to widen to 5 lanes the whole mile. But then there's some very busy corridors that we do need those 5 lanes. So that will be happening. We approved that last night. This is one thing I'm really excited about, and it's actually in my ward, is Houston Street widening between Olive and Aspen. I will let everyone know we were assured that they're not going to close the intersection. We just got over that. But again, once these projects are done, they're just so nice, and it's going to make traffic flow very quickly. So we are also widening Houston Street to Olive, 3 lanes to 5 lanes. So it's 3 lanes now. We typically do sidewalk constructions on all of our new constructions. Very important for us for the walkability, for the quality of life. I think council, city manager, we just know that needs to be done. That's what our citizens expect, and so that's what we want to give them. That was awarded to Becco, which did the previous, the Olive and 81st.
Houston, Olive to Garnett.
Yes.
They've been working on that one.
Yes. So we'll be glad when that's over with as well. But they're upgrading, it'll be upgraded, the ADA ramps, all the things. And so it'll be very walkable, very safe. So got a lot of construction things going on, but that's good. We've got a big city. We got a lot of roads.
Absolutely. And I think it's really important for folks to know, too, that with that construction contract that you awarded last night in Houston Street between Olive and Aspen, that construction there won't start until after they finish up with that west mile between Garnett and Olive. So I know that's one of those things that people, could probably rest a little easy.
Yes.
That you're not going to have traffic construction for 2 miles. You're going to have it, 1 mile, and then we'll stop, and then they'll move over and do that next mile. Let's talk about the 2026 general obligation bond. City Manager Michael Spurgeon gave an update. What did he tell you?
So I feel like I've been living this bond for a year and a half, just as you have.
I think we all have.
Yes. But there's a lot of exciting things going on. And so last night, every city council meeting, we get an update, which is very important. And for those citizens that may not know, they can live stream our city meetings, but they can also go back and look at archives. So if they want to see exactly what was said and all the details, then they can go back. I love how transparent our city is on those items. And so what we talked about, what he just updated us on the forums, we've already had our 3 forums, which were very well attended. Got a lot of great impact and input. It's exciting that we're working on it. I love that so much time, effort, and energy is going into it, because we really want the public to know what they're voting on. So on December 2nd, the council will be presented with recommendations during our city council meeting, and then on the 16th is when we'll do a final vote. Both of those will be really good meetings, and anyone, which should be everyone, that's interested will have time to kind of absorb it and look at it and give their input, because this is their city. We want their input, so it's very important.
That's right. I'm glad you brought up the transparency part earlier, because you're going to get those recommendations on December 2nd, and then on December 3rd, we're going to make them available to the public, whether they want to come up here to City Hall, to the city clerk's office and look through them, and then we're going to look at a way to get them online so people can look at them. Take 2 weeks to look through them, and then provide you and the other council members with their feedback on those recommendations. And then on December 16th is whenever council is going to decide, do we move forward? Do we need to make a few tweaks here or there, that sort of thing? We're getting close.
Yeah.
We're getting very close.
And if you look at the bond and the projects that we have on there, almost half of them are streets.
That's
right.
right.
Like kind of what we talked about earlier, because that's what our citizens want. So we are really, really honing in on the streets that need to be redone. And we're listening to, in those community meetings, they got to put little stickers on there on what projects were important to them. And the same ones that were important to them is kind of the ones that we had already started lining up on, ones that we were wanting to work on. So it just reinforces what we're doing is what our citizens want us to do. So it's really good.
There were about 40 items on the agendas, and for more information, you can go to the city website and click on Agendas and Minutes in the Government section. Click on the date range drop-down list and then select the governing body. Find the meeting date of your choice and select the meeting details. Well, that's it for City Council Rewind, but we have a very big event coming up here in just about 7 days. You want
Yes.
to tell us about it?
So it's Lights On in our Farmers Market Rose District area. It'll be November 13th, and it'll be at 6:30. We're going to have all kinds of entertainment going up and down the Rose District. You don't want to miss Lights On. It is very magical moment. Snow comes out from the trees. We're going to have a reindeer, a real live reindeer. Something that's interesting too, which I thought was a great idea. I don't know if they're sold out yet or not, but the History Museum, which is right next to the farmer's market where the mural is, for people that may not know, they're selling little packages on the third floor where you can watch the lights on from the third floor, but then
neat.
the kids can do little crafts, but then you can go out on the balcony to watch the lights. I don't know if there's still tickets, but there's many things to do up and down the Rose District. There's going to be little igloos that you can go into, and it's just very magical in our city. And that just keeps our city, our big city, but that keeps us that small town feel for sure. So you don't want to miss it.
Thank you for watching. This is a production of the City of Broken Arrow, the city where opportunity lives.